Nicki Minaj and her husband have been accused of plotting to have Jason Lee assaulted. On a recent episode of his Amazon AMP show The Daily Drop, the Hollywood Unlocked founder reacted to news about Nicki's husband, Kenneth Petty, being put on house arrest for making threats against Offset. While speaking about the subject, he claimed that Nicki and Kenneth once tried to hire someone to get him. "Lock them the fuck up," he said. "Now let me say another thing, if you're a barb and you support this behavior, you support child molesters and rapists too, because you're also complicit. You're funding the machine. But all of you are so sick now." Is Nicki Minaj a phenomenal rapper? Yes. I dance to her music every time it comes on in the club. I play it here. I love Nicki's music. And everything I've said nice about it, I believe. But I can tell you what's currently in the news right now. It's clear Nicki Minaj and her husband want Cardi B and Offset dead. And guess what? If anything happens to them, we know where to go. If you know Kenneth Petty's parole officer, please send it to me. Email it to me right now. Send it to Hollywood Unlocked. Please DM us. Because I'm gonna call him and send him this receipt that I tried to hire somebody to come get me. In a since-deleted tweet, Jason Lee also shared a screenshot of an Instagram post from Epic Records executive Fly Ty claiming that Nicki Minaj got mad at his associate Webb, a notorious hustler from Queens, for not going at Lee for exposing her husband. At Nicki Minaj, the jux is up, Ty wrote in Huss. "No more using my brother Webb and Nitty name for clout, and you ain't trying to help end gas situation. This, why I blocked you and cursed you out when you got mad at me for not cutting Meek Mill off when y'all broke up. Meek could confirm. Ya baby father is nobody to me. He wasn't outside when I was outside. I was sparring him for my brother. But y'all gas know what it is with me. Don't mention my brother. Or Nitty in none of your records. Hashtag I said what I said. And he still got the same old AP I had when I was robbing LOL, he might wanna come work for me TF. Jason Lee added in his tweet, "It's true, Nicki and her man allegedly tried to hire folks to get me. I chose not to address it publicly, but after seeing that he was dumb enough to go to the internet to threaten to kill Offset, I want to speak to the DA and parole officer. Receipt attached. So if y'all know the DA or parole officer's numbers, send them to me. I ain't playing with zoo animals, I calls the people." The news comes shortly after Kenneth Zoo Petty was sentenced to 120 days of house arrest on Wednesday, September 20th, for threatening Offset, who is, of course, married to Nicki's longtime rival Cardi B, on Instagram Live earlier this month. Mr. Petty was recorded on video making threatening remarks towards a specific individual while in the company of someone with a criminal record, read the judge's order. This recent violation conduct raises concerns over Mr. Petty's willingness to comply with the court's orders. As such, the probation officer believes placement in the location monitoring program will effectively allow for closer monitoring of Mr. Petty's activities, limit his movements, provide a sanction for his noncompliance, and hopefully encourage him to reflect upon and reevaluate his current status in the community. The document also noted that the supervisee and defense counsel consent to modification and waive a personal appearance before the court, meaning Petty didn't try to fight the order. Petty was previously given 3 years probation and 1 year house detention in July 2022 after failing to register as a sex offender in California, where he and Nicki moved in 2019 shortly before getting married. His sex offender status stems from a 1995 conviction for the first-degree attempted rape of a 16-year-old girl, for which he spent 4 years in prison. Jason Lee and Nicki Minaj have had issues in the past, with Lee saying on Drink Champs last year that he doesn't trust her. "I've never hated Nicki," he told NORE and DJ EFN. "Now we're in a place where she recently reached out, and I'm now in a place in my life where I'm open to a conversation with Nicki Minaj. Privately and publicly though, I would never want to be her friend because I don't trust her. I don't think she's a girl you can trust. She's one of those girls who, she'll shake your hand, but she got a razor blade in her pocket. If I do interview her, it has to be a real conversation. It's not going to be a radio run where she talks about, do we have a problem? He continued, I want to get straight to it, no chaser. Let's get to the real shit, and I don't think she'll